areas will be greatly hampered. However, we need to look at the issues that the young riders are facing. One key issue is the issue of the licensing and training of the riders. These boda boda drivers, Mr. Speaker, will note that due to high fees on acquisition of driving licenses, majority of them, they are just trained within the villages, and they drive the motorcycles without the requisite license. So it will be important for the National Transport and Safety Authority to look into the policies and formulate, come up with the policies which they can advise the national government on how to regulate the boda boda sector. And one of the reforms that I invite the mover of the motion to look into critically is the issue of the licensing and training of the drivers. Because as we say that it's a form of employment, due to desperate situations some young boys are faced with, they train within a day, the following day he is a driver and a rider, and they carry passengers to various destinations. So when you find them on the road, they even don't know the road signs. They don't know when to make a turn. They don't know when even to, they even don't know how to use the features on the motorbike. And that's why we find that we have quite a high number of road accidents contributed by these motor vehicle, by these boda boda riders. So it will be important looking at the National Transport and Safety Function. One of their key mandates is to license motor vehicles and also advise the government on national policy with regard to the road transport system. But I believe that just leaving on the issue of regulating on licensing within the county as put by my colleague, the Honorable Makali, that will not solve the problem that we are facing currently in this particular sector. We need to ensure that the boda bodas, because this is a key source of employment for the young boys, we need to ensure that we provide the national transport, the NTSA, provide them the necessary training, advise them on how to use the road signs, understand the road signs, so that we avoid the unnecessary accidents that are being caused daily on our roads. Thirdly, Mr. Speaker, we also note and appreciate that we have had various incidents whereby boda bodas are being accused of harboring criminals. But we ask ourselves, has the government taken initiative to sit down with this sector so that they identify their leadership to read out the criminals who are among the boda boda riders? So these are some of the key issues that we need to come up with, so that as we came up with the streamlining on the matatu sector where we have circles, even this boda boda circles sector, we need to understand that this particular rider comes from this particular group of riders, so that those who are taking advantage of the lacuna in our regulations to come and commit crime, and so that the whole nation to condemn boda bodas should not have this particular advantage. So I therefore urge the move of the motion to go beyond the proposed amendment that we have gone through and come up with more policies, especially that will move the National Transport and Safety Authority to broaden the regulation that can assist our young brothers who are in this particular sector. I rise to support the motion.
It is a bill. Member for Kitukuchache North.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me